Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that every single thing you believed about your potential was a lie. Not a mistake, a lie. Planted in your mind by a world that profits from your weakness. The school system never taught you how to think, it taught you how to obey. Society didn't raise you to be strong, it conditioned you to be comfortable. Now you're here, right now. And this video, this is the glitch in your programming. This is where it all changes. Because I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to wake you up. You've been asleep far too long. They told you to follow your dreams, but then handed you a rule book filled with limitations. They said, you can be anything, then mocked you when you aimed too high. You were told to be realistic, to settle, to be grateful for less. But thinking correctly isn't about playing safe. It's about seeing clearly. It's knowing that the walls around you are made of fear, not fact. The only chains on your mind are the ones you've accepted. And the moment you question them, the moment you truly think, the world will never look the same again. Most people don't think. They react. They scroll. They copy. They consume. But to think correctly means to stop, to interrupt the noise. It means asking yourself questions no one else dares to ask. Why do I believe this? Who benefits? Who benefits if I stay silent? What if everything I was told to fear is exactly where my freedom begins? Thinking correctly isn't a gift. It's a rebellion. And if you dare to think, really think, your life will become unrecognizable to those who never questioned anything. There's a difference between information and transformation. Motivation without clarity is like fuel without direction. You'll burn, but you won't move. Thinking correctly is what gives you the map, the ability to separate truth from noise. Most people chase motivation, but the winners, they chase perspective. Because once your perspective changes, everything else aligns. You don't need more time. You don't need more resources. You need a mental revolution. If your life isn't where you want it to be, it's not because of faith. It's because your thoughts have been hijacked by comfort. You can't grow in the same mindset that keeps you stuck. You can't elevate while thinking the same way that broke you. The strongest prison is the one you can't see, and it lives inside your head. But the second you start thinking on purpose, not by habit, the doors begin to crack open. That's when real change starts. Let me ask you something dangerous. What if you're not behind? What if you're not broken? What if all your delays and detours were preparation for your awakening? Thinking correctly means rejecting the idea that your past defines your limit. Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are proof you survived long enough to hear this message. This moment isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's the beginning. And it's only available to those who choose to see it. Every powerful person you admire thinks differently. They didn't become great by luck. They weren't born confident. They trained their mind. They questioned the world. They rejected every truth. Correct thinking is a mental upgrade. It's the difference between surviving and dominating. While others panic, you calculate. While others doubt, you decide. This is how greatness is built. Not in motivation alone, but in the mastery of mindset. The world doesn't want you to think. Because once you do, you become a threat. A man or woman who can think cannot be controlled. They cannot be manipulated by fear, by shame, by guilt. Thinking correctly breaks you out of the matrix of mediocrity. It gives you clarity in chaos. It teaches you to find calm in storms. It builds a resilience that no hardship can destroy. That's power. And it's already inside you, waiting to be unlocked. You've been waiting for the perfect moment. But thinking correctly teaches you there is no perfect moment. There is only now. The opportunity you're praying for might already be in front of you. but your vision has been blurred by doubt. Clarity is the first reward of correct thinking. When your mind aligns, your path appears. No more waiting, no more hoping. It's time to act from a place of power, not panic. You were never meant to be small. You were never meant to play by broken rules. Deep inside, there's a version of you that's bold, focused, fearless. Thinking correctly is how you reconnect with that version. It's how you delete the noise and tune into your true potential. You're not behind in life. You're behind in thought. The moment you fix your mind, everything else begins to run. Correct thinking isn't positive thinking. It's powerful thinking. It's not about ignoring your problems, but about understanding your power to solve them. It's not about fake confidence. It's about real control. Control over your choices, your energy, your vision. When you start thinking with intention, life starts responding with opportunity. The world doesn't change. You do. You've been taught to chase validation, to prove yourself, to fit in, but correct thinking liberates you from that trap. You stop asking, what will they think? And start asking, what do I know is right? You stop living for likes and start living for purpose. When your thoughts are aligned with truth, you become unstoppable. You become unstoppable. Because there's nothing more dangerous than someone who knows who they are and thinks for themselves. Every empire starts in the mind. Every breakthrough begins with a single thought. What if I'm more than this? That's the seed. That's the start. But you must water it daily with courage. You must feed it with discipline. You must protect it from the weeds of doubt. Eating correctly means becoming a gardener of greatness, planting, growing, and harvesting a life no one thought possible. People will call you crazy when you stop thinking like them. That's the price. That's the price. But what they call crazy today, they'll call genius tomorrow. Correct thinking feels lonely at first, but eventually the world catches up. You don't need everyone to understand you. You just need to understand yourself. Trust your mind. Trust your vision. Because the life you want is waiting for the thoughts you haven't dared to think yet. Thinking correctly doesn't mean you'll never fall. It means when you do, you'll know how to rise. Faster, stronger, wiser. Every failure becomes data. Every setback becomes fuel. Correct thinking rewires your relationship with pain. Instead of asking, why me? You ask, what is this teaching me? That's how champions are born. Not by avoiding hardship, but by mastering how to think through it.